Kentucky Representative James Comer is admitting that he has no idea at all where his alleged informant is. And in fact, his informant has been apparently missing for at least the last 3 years. Everybody get out the milk cartons, because James Comer is gonna say, the Biden whistleblower informant, whoever, no idea.
Look, it mentioned in the FBI form that the oligarch had 17 tapes of Biden, 2 with Joe Biden, accepting the bribe, that he used that as an insurance policy.
This oligarch is was a high-ranking member or owner of Burisma?
Yes, that is exactly right. So
have you had any contact with him?
Unfortunately, nobody's had any contact with him for the last 3 years.
Oh, what? Okay. Nobody's had any contact. Oh, that's weird. Now, this is also this L, because that's what it is. Oh, yeah, no, we've got this informant, right? But we just can't get a hold of them. I'm missing for the last 3 years. Don't know where they're at. And they just so happen to have all the evidence that we could need to get. Oh, no. Oh, what are we going to do?
Oh, no.
Now, this is also after Comer earlier this week admitted that, once again, a key piece of evidence that they need to go after Biden to get him. Supposed audio tapes of Biden admitting to taking a $5 million bribe might not actually be real, might not actually exist. Once again, oops.
When will you be able to confirm if these recordings are legit? How long is that going to take?
Well, I can confirm that the recordings were in the 1023. Remember, I was with Senator Grassley when we saw the unredacted version.
Okay, so because Grassley was saying alleged yesterday, so these recordings are legit. You can confirm they are legitimate.
Well, they were. I can confirm they were listed in the 1023 that the FBI redacted. We don't know if they're legit or not, but we know that the foreign national claims he has them.
Okay, so when can you confirm that they're legit? Because if they're legit,
I never looked into it. This is the problem. The FBI never investigated this.
Gee, I wonder why the FBI didn't investigate it. Oh, maybe it's because you don't have any evidence. Nothing, not a shred, not a scrap of anything that they could follow up with. Just like, I don't know, this guy said that they have something, but we haven't seen it, we haven't heard anything, and so for all we know, this guy just be pulling it out of their butt. Well, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Yeah, they pulled it out of her butt. Okay, so we have an oligarch that is missing, as well as tapes that no one's ever heard. And again, probably don't exist. Boy, this is a rousing success. Well done. Great job. Great use of taxpayer funding. Really dropping the ball on this one. But wait. They do have something else. They've got more allegations, of course. Now, they also alleged that the Biden family had coerced a foreign national to pay them $10 million in bribes. Wait, no. First it was a $5 million bribe, but now it's a $10 million bribe. Citing an unnamed FBI source. I'm sure that source exists as well. So, again, it goes from $5 million to $10 million, which, as I pointed out yesterday, on yesterday's show, that's still a paltry amount of money. For a rich person? Now, for me, $5 million. Holy crap. Oh, that'd be amazing. Of course, not if I had to do crime to take it, but because I wouldn't. But at the same time, like, for rich people, $5-10 million, it's like, oh, that's how much I have invested in a particular stock. Because, Congress people can, trade, can trade stocks. They can do stock trading all day, and they seem to always beat the market. Like Nancy Pelosi, who always beat the market. In fact, people would follow her stock trades because she always beat the market. Okay, but anyway, that kind of corruption aside, $5 to $10 million in bribes from foreign nationals to do what the United States was already doing for its policy in Ukraine. Where's the evidence then? Where's the corruption? Where's any of this? Well, it's nowhere. But you see, the goalpost has been moved. See, Comer says, "Oh, it's not really the bribery that's the problem." I mean, oh yeah, of course it's a problem. No, but it's the FBI. You see, it's the FBI that didn't investigate because the FBI is weaponized against conservatives. Yes, that's the ticket. Yes, because we hate the FBI now. Wait, what? I mean, they're twisting in on themselves as if they're pretzels. They're pretzeling themselves into trying to find something, anything, to go after Biden on. You know, anything that they can manufacture, make up. Because, like, when it comes to policy positions, Democrats and Republicans on economic policy issues tend to agree more than they disagree, at least nowadays. More defense spending, for example. Oh, we got to make cuts in, social programs. But we can't make them as deep as Republicans, but we have to give some cuts. Oh, we can't forgive student loan debt. No. We can't continue the student loan debt pause. We can't do that at all. No, we have to agree with Republicans on this. No, we don't. No. So they go after Biden the only way they can, by making up nonsense conspiracy theories and ignoring the actual real corruption when it comes to money in politics. For example, how big corporations and giant donors and donor networks and think tanks give all of this money to politicians, buy them off in order to help cut taxes for the rich and corporations. That's it. Corporate rule. That's what's going on here. But look, once again, it really feels like the Republicans are moving the goalposts because they've got nothing else. I mean, how much more time and money are they going to do? Are they going to waste doing witch hunts? Well, unfortunately, the sky's the limit. They promised endless political investigations. Okay? Endless, pointless political investigations. And boy, howdy, they're actually doing exactly what they promised to do. Instead of actually doing anything to help the average working class person, they do this because, once again, getting back to the corruption, the donors do not want anyone helping working class people. The base, by the way, Republican base, who understandably are also distrustful of politicians and corporations and the wealthy, are too busy getting distracted by this nonsense with these investigations. Republicans in Congress, by the way, while they're distracting working class people, their base too, they're pushing 3 bills to give a total of $28 billion in tax cuts to whom? The top 1%. According to a new analysis of the legislation by the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy, estimated Sunday that the poorest fifth of the American people will receive an average tax cut of just $40 next year under 3 new Republican bills, one of which is titled, quote, Tax Cuts for Working Families Act. Well, the working families get $40. By contrast, and of course these tax cuts are never just for working families. When there's actually things like for example, the tax credit, that generally, and I forget the name of it for some reason, there is a specific tax credit that was geared towards working people that Republicans were against because it didn't include tax cuts for rich people. Okay? And that's what it is. It's the earned income tax credit is what it was. Glad I remembered that. So earned income tax credit, Republicans not in favor of anymore. And that's because, again, this does not include tax cuts for the rich. Now, people in the top 1% of the income distribution under these new Republican tax cut plans would see an average tax cut of $16,550 under the new legislation. Of course, the wealthiest 20% of Americans would receive a total of $60.8 billion in tax cuts under the new bills starting next year. Those 3 measures, which the House Ways and Means Committee is set to mark up on Tuesday, would also reward foreign investors to the tune of $23.8 billion next year by cutting business taxes, the ITEP analysis found, pointing to research showing that foreign investors own 40% of stocks in American corporations and would therefore receive a significant share of the benefits from corporate tax cuts. So this is what they're doing. Okay. While they're distracting you with this whole whistleblower nonsense, they're really putting their energy behind ways of cutting taxes for the rich. We know the game where they're playing, okay? They're distracting you, the American people, with fake scandals so that they can continue their robbery.